again, not on camera this week.
It's alright. I'm not used to all this filming stuff, but I decided I would take over for the day. Time for something new and completely different. Mandy says that we've been getting a lot of requests and questions about how we do our 3D printing, and that I should show you all how we do it. This all lined up perfectly with a new delivery we got. We got ourselves the Saturn 4. So we're gonna sit here, you're gonna watch me open it up, see all the good stuff that's in it, and we'll take it for a test drive. Oh, broke the box. Alright, so right in the top we have the power. Can you push the box out of the way? Not exactly the direction I had in mind, but... Okay, so here we are, out of our plastic wrap. Let's see what's inside. The only thing that I had any hesitation about before I ordered this was we're back to a flip-top lid. There we go. Like we had on the original, way back on the original Photon, which was like a quarter the size. And the sides didn't flip up with it. I like that. I just can't put it right back against the wall. I may have to do some finagling with my space. Let's pull this styrofoam out. Ooh, secret box of tools. We'll take a look at that in a minute. And there's our build plate. Please press firmly on the build plate when tightening screws. Please remove protective film before printing. Probably a smart choice. Nice big chunky build plate. It's got the self-leveling thing, so I'll have to look through the instructions and see how that works. Oh my gosh, I actually have to read the instructions on something for once. That slides right in. Locks itself in place. Let's take a look inside the toolkit, all the accessories. Saturn 4. You got big honkin' power adapter. That is chunky. Oh, it does have thumb screws. So those are just for shipping. Awesome. Gloves. All the Allen wrenches and screws for stuff. Putty knife. I mean, 4-inch putty knives. I mean, come on. It's not that hard. I've got one of my own, but 4-inch putty knife. Just in case anybody out there is watching. Resin filters. Awesome. Masks for those of you who don't like smellies. And a scraper for the vat. All pretty standard. I like it. I am going to go put this in its new home, and I will show you what it looks like from there. So we're going to open up Chitabox, and with the Saturn 4, I had to upgrade to Chitabox 2. I don't know, we're in 2.01 something, but the new one. I do like one nice little touch in the program. You get to see the actual whole build plate. I'm going to assume that you know how to download files and then find them again in your computer once you've got them. Pre-supported files are really as easy as just clicking and they load right on the plate. Just like that. This one happens to be upside down because that's the way they oriented it. Unsupported files take a little bit more work. So, the program highlights the piece you're looking at. So over here we've got 4 icons. This is the move icon, obviously. Click on the model, left click on the model. You can drag it around all over the place. Left, right, up, down. Also a nice touch, you can click on the arrow and then it'll only move in that axis no matter where you put your mouse. So that's kind of cool. We've got our rotate setting, which gives us 3 axes. I happen to like somewhere around a 20-degree angle on my models.
And why do you want that lean?
And we like that lean because 3D printers in general are not excited about large flat areas. So the more angle we give them, the better it tends to peel off the FEP, the printing film. And then down here, so the next one we have is scale. And that's the one Mandy's most interested in. Right at the moment, we're looking at our y-axis being about 37 millimeters tall. She wants it to be about, would you say 72?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to make this 72. 9 times out of 10, you're going to want to keep lock ratio. You're going to want to lock the ratios so that when you change the y-axis, the x and z change as well, so you don't get a tall, skinny, gangly model. So 72, much bigger. So you can see we went up to 194.15%. So I'm going to kick up the base, that same size by percentage. We'll go 194.15, which I think is a different number than I just said, but close enough. Shift button to choose multiple options, multiple models, and let's give them some supports. I have not run into a lot of problems with Chitabox's auto support. I do try to keep the support away from things like faces, because the last thing you want, print your really pretty nose or face and have it be really, really nice, and then you go into remove supports and you find that you just lopped off a nose along with the support. That is one of the more frustrating things out there. We go back to the work area. So you see they both turned red. That's because they are suddenly interfering with each other. One of those nice new features I was telling you about. Back to the move button. And pull this one just a little bit forward. Move that one over. And move that one back. And you see all of a sudden it's not red anymore. We hit the slice button. Slice! 2 points to anybody who can correctly identify that reference. So if we're happy with what we're looking at, it gives us a quick breakdown of the total volume, so how much resin you're going to need, how much it's probably going to weigh. If you put in the price of what you're paying for resin, it'll do some fancy calculations as to how much this print is going to cost. Very helpful for commissions. And it gives you a time. So I'm going to hit save. I have not changed any of the print settings in Chitabox because everything I have seen says that it is supposed to work straight out of the box with Chitabox. Now, I have played with printers enough to know that each one is a little bit different and has a little bit of, and each one has their little finicky bits. But we're going to start with the recommended settings and see where things go from there. So once you're done with that, you take your jump drive to your 3D printer, and we'll meet you over there and show you the last couple steps. Looks pretty nice. Let's get that scraped off and cleaned up. Our eagle-eyed viewers will recognize that the prints that I am about to scrape off the plate here are not in any way close to the print that we sliced and printed earlier. The footage for cleaning the plate on that run came out absolutely horrid. You got to see the wall of my basement in the corner and nothing else. So I figured we would, show you scraping a different plate. It takes a bit of force. You got to break that connection to the build plate, but for the most part the prints are usually pretty robust. And here we're going to remove the supports. I start with a sharp X-Acto knife on the more delicate spots, just cutting loose the protruding kind of spindly bits that are most likely to snap off. Then once I've got all the spindly bits off, cut loose, you can usually just peel off the supports. Just like that. And then when you got a whole bunch of them connecting, it helps to cut them loose again. So we'll cut all the way around. Zip, zip, zip. Sharp knife, no worries. No one was injured in the making of this video. And pop! There you go. So now we will put yet another different print onto our curing, UV curing system. Arrange it so that we expose as much of the print as possible. Put on the protective cover, and in the words of Mr. Ron Popeil, set it and forget it. And that's 3D printing. I'll show you some shots of the piece that we sliced. It's a vampire that Mandy's planning on using for an upcoming video, so keep an eye out for that. And in the meantime, thank you all for watching. Have fun and keep creating.